Did you ever get so hungry that when you start eating, you bite like the inside of your mouth or your tongue because you're just trying to get it down? Did I ever say this that I don't I don't eat, I devour. I don't make love, I fuck. I don't fight, I kill. That's my that's how I feel about life. When I eat, I'm just like I can't get it in my mouth and down my gullet fast enough. Ugh, it's a hard day today. Hard day. Was out late last night doing stuff. Nothing bad, but working on things, and then wake up and do it again. Uh, it's fine when you're not. You have nothing in your body, but my dreams are. I was like wrestling like three people at the same time. It was a terrible dream. But it's just like even your dreams don't even give you any comfort. You don't feel all snug and have a nice dream. You feel like you have like a crazed and violent one, and then you wake up in a certain mood, like, "Arr." And I wanted to talk about things. It's just like, yeah, today's one of those days where it's. I wish I had a sponsor. I wish I had someone to call and keep me on the straight and narrow. So I just got to do it all myself, which is really difficult. Um, Self-discipline. Once again, of course, I always think about things before I came here, and I was fine until I started doing a significant amount of work, and then it's just like, man, I just want to have a beer. I want to have a bottle of wine. I just want to like crawl to the bottom of a bottle and disappear for the day and just rest. And I just can't because it's just not worth it. And it's just like this constant wrestling with this. It's tough, It's fine when days are it's like easy, but like I'm sore, my muscles are sore. I try to take a hot bath, and I'm just like the tension, things just wiring and climbing ladders and putting stuff together, and then you're just like, yeah, you know, you just grit your teeth, and you just want like, damn it, I just want to go home and watch The Predator and just drink a jug. And then you gotta wake up. I know what's gonna happen. I'm gonna wake up at 2 o'clock in the morning, feeling like someone put firecrackers up my ass, and then I ruin the day. And then whatever I want to do tomorrow, I cannot do because I'll take away all the energy. I'll sap away all the energy that I have today. I'll erase, and then it's like this debt till tomorrow. So I'm trying to just bite my teeth, grind my teeth through this. And then there's this, which goes into the second part of like, I'm not a big internet meme guy, but there was an interesting one that I saw a while ago was the difference between motivation and discipline. It's a big deal between motivation and discipline. Uh, sure, we can get motivated, but motivation goes like this. Motivation goes like up, like really high, and then it goes, crashes down because you lose sight or you lose heart and whatever. Discipline is just this, beat by beat by beat kind of thing. So no matter if you're in a good mood or in a bad mood, discipline is supposed to be the follow through line through the whole thing. Because motivation is depending on mood, and motivation is depending on whether you have a good day or a bad day, up and down. You can't work that way. You cannot get anything really accomplished. You do this rush to kind of like you have this new idea and you want to do it, blah, 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 blah. And I know that feeling. I do it all the time. And then, it peters out, and then you're like, ugh, why did I start this? Why did I do this? And discipline is just like, just a little bit like this, just bam, 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 bam. And that's the problem with a lot of this stuff. Because, art's moody. Ideas are moody, colors, shape, and all that. It's like, how do you be disciplined and how do you do art at the same time? It's just like, that's an enigma. It really is. And I'm trying. And then you wrestle with your own self and then your own ideas. It's different than building a house because at least with a house you have a plan and blueprints and the whole nine. So it's, start to finish, there's some sort of thing. When you have an idea, when there's passion involved, emotions, story, narrative, relevance, the whether or not it's even any good, that gets in the way of discipline. It's just a total sabotage. So you're just like, yeah, just get some color, throw it on the canvas, just like start screaming and breaking bottles. But it doesn't work like that. So this is discipline, and doing my best to maintain discipline, which is, my father's a big, big, big proponent of discipline. He was like Mr. Discipline. He knew method and methodology. He was an engineer. He knew how to like work the problem. But how do you work the problem when you're working with, feelings? And that's like his education to me is just like, just you got to get through it. You got to do it. It doesn't, mood be damned. And boy, I wish he was around now to kind of wrap me over the head, to kind of like, just like to make me pay attention to what is going on. But it's rough. It really is. But I got to make a go at it. So piece by piece. It's the thing also, with discipline, you could do less as long as you're consistent. That's better. Mood and all that stuff, and motivation. People like, they want to lift, 300 pounds and then burn themselves out. Just lift 100, multiple times, and then you'll get a better result than you did just trying to be He-Man, trying to Hulk it out, trying to be all brolic and stuff. But this is, but saying it is easy. Application is where it gets like make you lose your mind. I think there's something else I wanted to say, but I forgot. There's like a three-parter to this. Either way, makes no difference. You're not even watching. What do you care? I do this probably more for me than I do for anybody else. I just want to just keep myself, and I listen. I'll put this on while I'm vacuuming or like doing the dishes. Like hear my own voice. I must be like either I'm like really that self-absorbed, but no, it's like somehow like people have said that my voice is it's very like calming and firm. It's like, women have told me that making love with me is like having sex with a gynecologist you like. That's what that, and I also smell like incense. So it's like being in church with a gynecologist that you enjoy. That's the closest thing you get to any sort of best description of my proudness and how I am. Clinical but joyful. Wow, that's just weird. Okay. There's people here. Let's see what's going on. Hi, Zihan. I don't know where your walls are. They're gone. Did you? Okay. Well, that's good. There's a lot of stuff going on here, construction-wise. Sorry. A studio mate of mine. This whole place. So yeah, I'm just building out this gallery, and then in the midst of all this, I guess I have to at least walk around at some point with the camera and to show you what is going on here, because I feel like there's no like, you get no sense of like, where's what and what I mean when I'm talking about all this crazy stuff. So my studio mate who uses these, we have these movable walls here. Let me see. I could pan over. I'll show you. Yeah, you see that's a wall right there, movable wall. And I don't have one. I don't, because I'm not really a wall kind of painter. But they've been moved around and shuffled around. Who knows where they are? But yeah. So much, Yeah, I think we got through this, didn't we? Okay, I'm hitting the mark here, but just giving you understanding of like the chaos that's going on here at the Tower of Power, the freedom to do art in in America. The only channel on YouTube that has a real background. That's the one thing that you'll have, other than every other channel, is that the background behind me is real, as in that's not toys and stuff. Okay, I've said that before, but come on, appreciate that. Yeah, that's not a cardboard cutout. It's not that you can't real life is not that good. I'm sorry, fake stuff is not that good. All right.